Around about 1,000 have been caught crossing the channel. Yes, you heard it, 1,000. We're joined in the studio by our home and security editor, Mark White. 1,000 people in one crossing. Is this what we're saying, or is this a collection in one day?
Well, certainly about 1,000, we believe, were trying to leave the shores of France to come to the UK. How many have made it across? We believe potentially up towards 800, maybe slightly more, which would be a record day. The previous record for a single day was in August of about 850 who crossed in a single day. And the reason why we're seeing so many at the moment is because there has been a week or so of pretty bad weather in the Channel. It's now ideal conditions. So they've been stacking up, waiting to come across, and that's what's happening. We've got some pictures for you, actually, of a group of migrants who made it ashore at Kingsdown Beach near Dover. Now, we're told that there were 4 separate landings. This is Kingsdown Beach there. About 40 or so landed on Kingsdown Beach. And worrying for the authorities is that normally what happens is they stand around, they wait on the beach to be picked up by Border Force officials. But increasingly, in recent months, some have been heading off away from the beach, going to meet up with their own contacts here in the UK. And so we saw quite a few of them heading up country lanes. Some have been caught by Border Force and the police. Others, we don't know yet if they've been accounted for. In addition to that, boatloads of others have been taken into Dover, and we've got some pictures of that as well. Again, this is part and parcel of what we see. They're intercepted, most of them, usually mid-channel, just over the UK side of the English Channel, and then they are taken to Dover Harbour, mainly because there's a processing point in there. We've clearly not got the shots there.
I mean, this is... I'm sorry, but listening to this, it's almost laughable in a way that we have got certain... We just simply haven't got a handle on this at all. 800 of them potentially have come across, people running up lanes and things. What do we have at the other end to intercept them when they get here? Because I'm getting quite concerned.
Well, we have the French at the other end to intercept them. And,
but when they get here, so they get across, what do we now have to intercept them once they come ashore? Well,
most of them, as I say, are intercepted mid-channel, but some make it to the beaches. Most of them have been hanging around the beaches waiting because their goal actually is to enter the UK asylum system, to claim asylum and be processed in that way. But there are others, we know, who actually want to disappear off into their own local diasporas and disappear into the black economy. And that is of concern, because we don't know a lot of the time who these people are, because they throw away their identity documents in order to, as the people traffickers, the criminal gangs who are doing this, tell them you have a better chance if you're from a country that's not going to automatically qualify for asylum, then throw away your identity documents, and then it's much harder for the UK authorities to prove exactly where you're from.
And where are they saying that they're from?
Well, this boatload that landed in Kingsdown Beach, about 8 miles from Dover today, are from Iraq, but they're from all over. Quite a lot are from sub-Saharan Africa. There are Afghans. There have always been, over the last few years, Afghans. That number is expected to increase because of the turmoil in Afghanistan at the moment. There were, in amongst them, Syrian migrants. Now, those from Syria, those from Afghanistan will undoubtedly qualify for asylum further down the road. But others, including some from Pakistan, Indonesia, Vietnam, are unlikely to qualify further down the road. But what happens is they go into the asylum system, and even though they're rejected first time, there's an appeal and a counter-appeal and so on and so forth. And this can last, this process of reappealing, trying to stay within the UK. It can last not just weeks and months, but years.